Well, hello. Yes, I'm going to do it. But I'm going to do it in my way. Hip-hop artists seem to spend a lot of time and money on watches, sometimes good and sometimes not so good, and we're going to take a long, hard, cynical look. Hold on to your chains. You don't have to be a hip-hop fan to know who JayZ is, or as I would prefer to say, JayZ. Sean Corey Carter, a man with over 50 years of existence under his belt, yet the face of a newborn baby, has made an art out of turning a chart-topping record into a public shopping list. When he married Beyoncé, he didn't go to Bed Bath & Beyond and create a wedding registry. He wrote a song about it. It's called Ain't I? Go check it out. Why else would you rap about furniture? But for JayZ, there's not much better than a good old wristwatch. He's old school, he's got class. He knows what it's all about. Rolex, Audemars, Piguet and Hublot have all had a name drop from the man, and I think it's safe to say that they got quite a bit more out of it than he did. So what does someone of his magnitude deign to wear when he's out and about? A Rolex Daytona. No gems, no jewels, just clean and simple. While not entirely immune to a good old hip-hop glitter rolling, many of JayZ's watches follow the trend of actually being pretty tasteful, and not just a convenient method for carrying his diamond collection around. The man wears a Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso, for crying out loud. He couldn't be classier if he wore a top hat, carried a cane, and drove around in a car with a honky horn. But perhaps best of all was a purchase he made a few years back for $2.2 million. $2.2 million. Just saying that hardly seems to convey what an insane amount of money that is. Would Sir like a yacht with 4 staterooms and its own boat to get to the boat? Or a watch that could be outsmarted by a $500 phone? Judging by the Patek Philippe Grandmaster Chime JayZ's been seen flashing on his wrist, he probably has both. From adult entertainer to, well, adult entertainer, Belcalis Marlenis Almanzar Cephas, better known as rum-based hip-hop sensation Cardi B, has made a name for herself, saying the kinds of things you wouldn't want your mother to hear. A true modern celebrity, climbing the vine to stardom, she continues to break records with her performance as an influential voice of the modern age, and for promoting good feminine hygiene. In an industry where jewellery doesn't seem to be so much actively encouraged as upheld by law, Cardi B is no stranger to decorating herself like a Dubai Mall Christmas tree. Now, I understand even less about jewellery than I do about watches, but even I know the pear-shaped diamond in her engagement ring, all 8 carats of it, is worth at least $500,000. And I know that because I checked. I also know that Cardi B has a bit of a thing for watches because in the promotional imagery for her single Money, she's wearing more in one go than I've ever seen in my entire life. So of course she owns Patek Philippe's, of course she owns Audemars Piguet's, and of course they're all more gemstone than they are watch. Her Royal Oak Offshore in white gold with not a single surface untouched by Piguet diamonds is a $100,000 timepiece and a proper financial commitment to being places on time. And when you see that, or the pile of diamonds glued together in the shape of a Patek Philippe Nautilus chronograph that she also owns, you can't help but wonder just how much work goes into hand-setting every single one of those stones, and how much the person setting them must hate themselves for doing it. Still, it's good promotion for what is one of the surprisingly less appreciated brands in the hip-hop circle, not getting the lyrical love it deserved until around 2018. For Cardi B, her philosophy on timekeeping couldn't be any clearer thanks to her 2020 smash hit. Not only does the song feature a handy guide for how to park uncomfortably large vehicles, it also offers a sentiment in acronym form for the artist's passion for punctuality. WAP. Watches are precious. Indeed they are, Cardi B, indeed they are. If you want to help support my channel, why not take a look at one of my books? I've written a few. Link is in the description. Thanks very much. It's been a funny few years for our next contender, a man whose grasp on reality seems as strong as a newborn gazelle. Despite admitting his greatest regret is never being able to see himself perform live and comparing himself to the big man upstairs, he's managed to earn a crust, the whole loaf of bread, and the entire chain of bakeries too, writing verses that touch the heart of the common man. With such gems as,
"My apologies, I Are you into astrology because I'm trying to make it to Uranus?
Kanye West has turned his $53 million debt misfortunes upside down by selling over 100 million records. If I sold that many copies of something I made, I'd probably think I was Jesus too. But the Kanye empire doesn't stop there, with West's asthmatic brand JayZ making the man we all wondered for a brief, horrifying moment if we'd see sat in the Oval Office, an actual full-blown billionaire. When you have enough cash to buy a country and you're in the music business, at some point you're going to spend some of it on watches. And he has. A lot. Some surprisingly good ones too. When all you see are people blathering on about Royal Oaks and Nautiluses, to know that West was rocking a Vacheron Constantin overseas way back in the mid-noughties tells me that he may have at least one toe still on planet Earth. What am I talking about? The man's about as with it as a dementia ward. But it goes even deeper than that. Kanye may be about as grounded as Voyager 1, but somehow he's managed to amass some watches that don't make me want to throw myself off a bridge. His favourites include celebrated designs like the Ikepode Hemidpode and the bonkers Cartier Crash. Of course, he's got more Daytonas than I've got cells, but really the classic Rolex chronograph is the entry punch card to hip-hop stardom that no artist can do without. While interpretation of hip-hop lyrics might be today's English teacher reading too much into things, it can't be denied that this man has managed to make a successful business of it, and in case you're ever in doubt of his lyrical ability, just remember,
At the mall there was a seance. Just kids, no parents. Then the sky filled with herons.
think about it. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to see more like this, please like, comment and subscribe. Let me know down below who I should react to next. In the meantime, you can check me out over on the Watchfinder channel too. See you next time.